Hi, I'm Carrie Cole. I'm a celebrity vocal coach and artist development expert, and I help artists find their voice, craft their music, and create successful music careers. I've worked with Donald Fagen from Steely Dan, Courtney Love from Hole. I've worked with the band Journey. I'm going to teach you how to be a better singer and performer. How I found my voice teacher was through referral. I think that's the first place that you want to look. This is where you're going to get a firsthand experience, so that's going to be a stronger referral for you. There is online some portals that you can look, like the New York Singing Teachers Association if you're in New York. If you really want to be a contemporary singer, just because musical theater really is a very different style of diction and singing than contemporary singing, and you want to be working with a coach that sings like you do or sings similar, is at least in the ballpark there. And I also wouldn't scrimp on dollars here. The cheap coaches are not going to get you where you want to go as quickly, and so if you're cost conscious, then maybe go middle of the road there. But when you pay a lot of money for a voice coach, you're going to get really great results. And so that was always an area that even when I was waitressing and going to music school, I paid a lot for my vocal coach, but it was really worth it to me. And I didn't want to be working with somebody that couldn't take care of my voice the right way. I've worked with singers who come to me after working with a coach for 8 years that pushed her voice so hard that she got nodules. I mean, there are things that can happen when somebody doesn't have the knowledge that you need that can take care. I mean, it isn't easy to find a good coach or a good teacher. You don't necessarily just take the first person that comes along your path. Trust your gut and your instinct. I teach from a very truthful place. I will tell people the truth, but I will always give them a way to fix what I'm pointing out needs to be fixed. And I think that's the kind of person that you need to find, and the person that's going to get you ahead in your career faster. I would also look for a coach that's connected in the industry, not someone that's hanging out the sign like I can get you a record deal, because you can't promise anyone that. But I would look for someone who's connected to other organizations in the music industry, like Performing Rights Organization, NARAS, who puts on the Grammys. Make sure that they're connected to the music business itself, especially if you're looking for that kind of guidance from them as well. I would also look for somebody that just has really good technique, but is not overly focused on technique, that is also into the performance and the style and the sound of your voice, because ultimately that's really important in contemporary singing, is your style. And if you have a breathy sound, or if you have a more nasal sound and you don't want to take that out of your voice, some people don't, then you need a coach that's sensitive to that. And that's something that's important to me. I favor the artist over the perfect voice, even though I love perfect voices. So I think it's important to find someone that has that aesthetic when you're working in the pop industry. So those are some tips for how to find a good vocal coach, and I hope you go out there and find one.